Sometimes AI is a little bit, I would call, resistant in terms of doing something. You ask it to make a change and you don't see the change.
Building these capabilities is something that you wouldn't necessarily have been able to do. It's amazing to see you build them out, but also that you're getting that hands-on experience building with AI as you go.
One of the things that really helped me was AI Career Boost course that I went through. That was really useful to get an in-depth understanding of how the models work, how models are trained, just getting hands-on with the tools, getting a perspective of what all the different tools are is really useful.
Welcome to another episode of AI Product Leader. Every week we shine a light on what it really takes to join the AI world. Real conversations with real AI builders, founders, product leaders, AI experts, technologists, and everything in between to understand where the world of AI is right now and what that path looks like, whether you're building AI products or a career in AI. I'm your host, Polly Allen. I'm the founder of AI Career Boost, where I spend my time helping product managers and leaders navigate the world of AI and transition into AI leadership roles. And I spent my career in both the product management and software development sides of the fence. I'm an ex-Alexa AI principal product manager, where I launched the very first generative AI answers on Alexa back in 2020. And I'm super excited today to be bringing our guest on. So glad you could join us today, Don. Don Stoddard is a powerhouse product leader with over 2 decades of experience driving SaaS innovation across B2B and B2C markets. From scaling global platforms at Monster and SumTotal to launching AI-powered strategies through his consultancy, Blueprint product, Don is known for leading high-impact teams and unlocking product market fit at scale. With a foundation in computer science and a career spanning enterprise tech, HR platforms, and MarTech, he brings deep operational savvy and a passion for emerging technology. Now at the forefront of AI enablement, Don's helping companies modernize their product strategy and execute with speed, while mentoring the next generation of product leaders along the way. Thanks so much for joining us, Don.
Thanks, Polly. Great to be here.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into it. Before we talk about AI, of course, that is on everyone's mind these days. But before you got into AI, we'd love to know a little bit more about your background and even how you got into tech and your career before this whole AI boom came into consideration.
Yeah, sure. So I always had sort of a passion for technology, and I got a computer information systems degree and really started off in technology in my career and got into B2B, worked in a lot of the enterprise software with SumTotal and Softscape, building new products like recruiting systems and compensation systems. So really learned how to work with clients and understand problems and deliver products. And then worked at Monster. So over my last 3 roles, I've been working in product management, really understanding the problem and all the way through delivery and getting it out to the marketplace. So it's been an exciting journey so far.
Yeah, incredible. And working at some of those big name companies like Monster along the way, I'm sure you have some exciting stories of the development of large projects, et cetera. Have you had a favorite project to date?
I mean, one of the interesting things about Monster is it's a huge global brand, one of the first internet companies. I mean, when I started there, we really were looking at upgrading all the technology. I worked on upgrading the 14 global websites, updating the homepage, working really closely with the marketing team. Yeah, I mean, Monster was investing a lot in the technology. And so it was an exciting place to work in to really turn around and
Yeah.
really recreate the technology. So
Totally. And seeing the inside of those huge, huge HR systems and how much it takes to support them.
yeah,
Amazing. Incredible. So now, of course, you're working at the forefront of AI and AI enablement. Can you tell us a little bit about your forays into AI so far, what you've been working on in that space?
yeah. So there's a few things that I've worked on. I mean, one of the things that I built is this website, blueprintproduct.com. It's got some interesting capabilities there. One is an assessment capability, which will go out and assess you in 4 capability areas for your
Hmm.
based on your product management area. And
Okay.
so what's interesting about that is you can rate yourself on importance and performance, and then get results back online. It does some AI insights as well, so it goes out and using OpenAI will analyze the results and give you some recommendations as well.
Oh,
So
amazing.
it's really an example of how integrating AI into product.
Amazing. So Blueprint product it's specifically for product leaders, right? Who are looking for more insights into themselves and their direction they should take in their career. Is that fair?
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it. Do go check it out. Blueprintproduct.com. Of course, I've seen it in depth. And it's a very beautiful site. Can you tell us a little more about how you built it?
So I built it with Replit, and I had some
Mhm.
experience with Lovable before, and I've had experience with some other tools. And I started building with Replit really a personal profile to
Yeah,
kind of move out of LinkedIn, and then to build the assessment. And I found it was so easy to work with and so intuitive. I think the conversational and just the collaborative nature of the way Replit is set up. I think they have a few years ahead of Lovable and some of the other products out there. And so it
yeah,
just feels like a really tight interface and really easy to use. I really fell in love with it when I did a CRM integration, and Replit came back and said, "What CRM do you want to use? Do you want to use Salesforce? You know, want to use HubSpot?" And I told it HubSpot, and it came back and did the integration in less
yeah,
than 10 minutes. It was all set up and running, which
totally.
is amazing.
Yeah, you come from a CS degree background, so you know in detail what's happening under the hood. It's pretty amazing how these full stack development apps take so much off your plate, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I would say it could be as much as, you know, 90% improvement in terms of the efficiency
yeah,
overall. I
yeah.
mean, it's pretty significant. Some things are really easy. Some things are more challenging. Like I think the user interface and the text on the page, AI tends to be very verbose, and it
Mm,
tends to take up a lot of space in
yeah.
terms of the user experience layout. So getting that right does take some time. You do get a mobile optimized experience almost
Mm,
for free. I mean, there was
wow.
very little that I needed to do to add in the mobile optimization. It just came with it, and just
Wow.
thought through that. But it does feel like a very good interface and very, very easy to work with.
Amazing. And so tell us a little bit more about the roadmap for blueprintproduct.com. So right now you can get insights and assessments. Are there other things that you can get from that website as well if you go there?
Yeah, if you go there, there's it sort of talks a little bit about product leadership in terms of interim and fractional product leadership, but then there's also the assessment capability where you can assess yourself, and
Yeah.
then there's a trends capability which is really interesting, kind of looking at, if you think about the challenge of what are the evolving trends in AI and product management. It's all moving so quickly. One of the
Absolutely.
things this trends page does is it goes out and it looks at a lot of the product leaders and AI leaders, their newsletters, and analyzes that and synthesizes a trend.
Yeah.
And then it goes and looks at validating that with another AI. So it really compares the synthesis from one AI and analyzes another. To create these three trends. So that's an area that I'm going to be continuing to build out and work on and synthesize to kind of evolve these trends and make them more actionable.
Amazing. And just building these capabilities is something that like you wouldn't necessarily have been able to do, 2 years ago, et cetera. It's amazing to see you build them out, but also that you're getting that hands-on experience building with AI as you go. Was there a part you found particularly challenging? Was it the UX piece? Was there a piece that you felt like was the toughest part?
I think the sometimes AI is a little bit, I would call, resistant in terms of
Mhm.
doing some things, and so
Yeah.
you ask it to make a change and you don't see the change, and so that's frustrating. That's challenging. One of the techniques that I've learned to do to help get over that is to ask it to consider the different options and to
Mm,
think about which ones to go with. So what I found is it'll start building right away. You can put in a prompt and it'll start
right.
building, but it might be in the wrong direction or it might not be what you want. So
Yeah.
I started prompting it, consider the different options and ask me which option to move forward on. And so
Mm,
when I was first doing it, things were going well. You get confident, but when it starts going down some roads you don't want, that's where having the hey, consider options, ask me is really helpful. And a lot of times it's right. I mean, I found it's really good, but sometimes it makes really bad choices. Like one time it suggested that it add like a side navigation, and I thought the side navigation was going to be on the blog, but it actually added a side navigation to the entire
the
site.
entire site.
Yeah. And so I said, let's revert that.
Yeah.
uh, So,
That's,
but it does everything so quickly that it's amazing, but you also want to check to see what is it going to do, because
right.
it'll just start building it right away.
I love that. It kind of takes the vibe out of the vibe coding. Because I think originally vibe coding was just like, well, I'll give it a project and then just hit autocomplete until it builds something. But if you actually want to have something that really works at the end, it takes a little more you steering it. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, definitely helps. Awesome. Well, I'm super excited for people to check that out at blueprintproduct.com. I'd love to chat too about what kind of consulting you're doing for companies in that AI enablement area. What kind of strengths are you bringing to companies and helping them deal with all these new challenges?
Yeah, I think, a couple areas that, where I bring value is just thinking about how AI can be integrated into products successfully. So thinking
Mhm.
about what the user interface looks like, um, some of the challenges that, come up is just in terms of getting the AI to be relatable and something that links back to what the product's goals are,
Yeah,
and being able to validate what AI is doing so that it is adding value overall.
yeah, amazing. Excellent, fantastic. So this is a long way to have come in a short amount of time. Not everyone makes that leap successfully from traditional IT and project management to building AI products and advising AI companies. How did you make that leap?
Slowly, I think one of the things that really helped me was the AI Career Boost course that I went through. That was really useful to go to get a in-depth understanding of how the models work, how models are trained, and just kind of take some of the mystique out of AI a little bit, and then also just getting hands-on with the tools I found has been really
Mhm.
useful. So building, um, getting subscriptions. I've used Hunch.tools, I've used Lovable, I've used Replit, and so
Right.
getting a perspective of what all the different tools are is really useful.
Oh, fantastic. Is Replit your favorite? It sounds like that's the one
I
you've
do
you've
like the Replit interface. I feels like it's more robust. It feels like it's something that could be, more enterprise grade long term,
yeah.
and do find it's easy to work with and fast. It gets when I use Lovable, I found that there were some integrations where Lovable would have a hard time figuring it out. I think Lovable's a little newer, maybe that's why. But
Mm.
with Replit, some of the integrations were done in just a few minutes, which
Oh,
was
nice.
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, integrations can definitely be one of the most challenging pieces working with these tools. So that's great to know it's got a little more backbone there. Fantastic. So if you had to boil down your advice in one sentence to someone starting from where you were, where they're like, I know I am a very senior product leader. I want to bring that all to bear, but I want to come up to speed in AI. What would that advice be?
Yeah, I would say, one way to get started is to kind of get hands-on with OpenAI, and there are these GPTs that you can build. I think that's a, great way to, in a simple way, in a few minutes, that you can get online and build a GPT that will have a different perspective. For example, I built one for Product Camp conference that basically, when you go to a conference, you get like a schedule and you get classes and you get instructors, and you kind of have to scan through and figure out, what do I want to go to?
Yeah.
And so with the GPT, you can feed it the schedule and
Mm,
give it some instructions, and then ask it, hey, if I'm a product leader, if I'm senior, which courses, classes should I take? Or if I'm
right.
interested in AI, which one should I take? And
How
the
do I?
answers are really good and really interesting. And you can just set it up in minutes, or you can refine it more and take a few hours. But I think GPTs are a great way to think about it and a great way to get started.
Oh, that's a great practical way to get hands-on right away. Is that publicly listed, that schedule one? We can link to it in the show notes if something people can try out.
It is. So yeah, there's the product camp one. I also created another one for the Marvel universe, which is kind of fun, where if you're a Marvel fan, there's a lot of different Marvel movies. They link back to the comics in some ways. There's some gaps in the storylines. If you're a Marvel fan, there's a whole list of questions that are just unanswered in the whole Marvel series.
I love it.
And what's fun about AI and GPT is you can build in a model to sort of understand with the GPT what are all the movies, build in the personality, and then ask it these questions,
Yeah.
and it will come up with some answers that are pretty good from what I've seen that I've tested with a few other folks. But also shows you how you can adapt these things to the brand, right? Marvel has a certain brand, has a certain feel, and you can adapt the tone of voice to match that as well.
Oh, fantastic. It sounds like a fun one, but it also has applications for enterprises and businesses as well. Absolutely. Well, we'll be sure to share those in the show notes as well, so people can link to those. Fantastic. Well, I think that takes us to the end of our episode today. Before we wrap up, I wonder, was there anything that you wanted to plug at the end here, Don?
Yeah, I would just say, visit www.blueprintproduct.com. You can take the free assessment there. Also, people that want to connect on LinkedIn, I'm at /Don Stoddard. We can connect up. I'd love to, learn and connect and, help people out where I can.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, if you're looking for help with an AI project or your organization is going through some form of AI transformation and confusion, there's a lot of them out there, reach out to Don on LinkedIn and do check out that blueprintproduct.com. Awesome. From my side, I want to plug we have another upcoming monthly AI product leadership free masterclass. We'll be diving into the latest trends in industry. How is leadership changing at that director plus level, especially with AI, and how can you navigate these rough waters? So the Path to AI Product Leader is coming up soon. Be sure to register and join us for that live workshop with me. Wonderful. And lastly, as always, we love to plug the show. So if you love hearing the stories of real AI product leaders who have successfully gotten their hands around AI, how to get there, tips and tricks, please like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. So that's been another episode of AI Product Leader, and we'll see you all next time.